So welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I have the Liberty Ear 3 Pros for review. Let me actually switch that the right way. The price on these are normally $169, but luckily I was able to get it for $99 on sale at Best Buy. So if you're interested in that, definitely grab a pair. Now, they do have a lot of interchangeable parts, which we're about to talk about in a moment. And with that being said, definitely excited for this review. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So we're going to go ahead and unbox this right now. You're going to love what you see in a case. I know I did. So right here, this is the actual headset. I'm going to go ahead and pop it open. As you can see, the contacts let you know that they're charging. They light up right here. You have your bar right here, let you know your battery life. So it's probably between 100% to 75 to 50, or I don't know how they do it, but the point is that these are the 3 bars and you do get a decent battery life. We're talking about 8 hours in ear, 24 in a case, so it'll give you a total of 32, and that does vary with ANC on and ANC off. But like I always say, I'm going to go with the base of 8 hours because that's how people normally use their headsets. And I know a lot of people don't download the applications that come with this, which is absolutely free. The Anchor application, which allows you to change many things inside of it. And we're going to talk about that a little later in the video. But anyway, USB-C, as you can see. Now this does have quick charge. So your 15 minutes will give you about this amount on your car insurance. No, 15 minutes will, 3 minutes charge will, 15-minute charge will give you 3 hours, sorry. Other headphones have rapid charge where it's like 10 minutes, an hour, or 10 minutes, 2 hours, something like that. This is still good, 15 minutes for 3 hours of listening time. Now, call time will be a little bit different than listening time, depending on what you're listening to, what videos you're playing, and what equalizer you're using. But other than that, these are pretty good. But anyway, let me put this down. Let me actually show you what comes inside the case. Not show you what side. I'll show you what comes inside the case. Originally, I was going to do 2 sections of unboxing and specs, but why waste time? So the headphones obviously come right here, self-explanatory. These are the many different rubber tips that can go around the earbud itself. So test these out depending on your ear shape and ear size. In addition, you have small, medium, you have large, extra large tips right here. I'm more so in the medium. So it's funny, if you use the application, it'll actually let you know which tips you're using. It's like the white lights that we saw right here. It's like a sensor. And the lights are actually in the headset, I believe. It's not in the actual, it is in the case. I was wrong about that. But here we go. So the lights are right here. These circles are the lights. And it'll let you know that it's actually charging. So, good thing I got that information right. But either way, the headset is really, really amazing. As you can see right here, this is how it looks. Don't mind the ear dirt. I'm going to go ahead and pop these out right here for you. And of course, it'll let you know the right side or the left side. This is, see where I see right here, the plastic is sticking up a little bit. Occasionally when you put it inside the case with the contacts, you want to make sure that this in fact is white, and it'll show that it's actually charging. If you pop it in and this doesn't light up, it's going to look like it's constantly connected to your headset. I had that issue earlier before I changed the rubber tip, and now it's good to go. So I don't have that issue at all. I will also say pulling these out of the case can be a little pain, only because you got to grab the tip in the front to kind of do it, or the wing tip itself on the side. And once you get used to doing that, you shouldn't have any issues. Like I said, this is it right here. If you look at the build quality, doesn't it remind you of Galaxy Buds, where it has that more futuristic design? The microphones is right here. Love the way it looks. Here's the contacts. Like I said, the different tips, you could change these with no problem. They come inside the box. You can also change this piece of rubber right here itself and switch them with these, which I already did, because if you look at the box in the groove right here, this was a different tip. Matter of fact, it was this one that was connected to it when I first started. So yeah, like I said, beautiful looking design. This part right here is the only part that's going into the side of your ear, not this big part out here. So don't be afraid looking at this headphone. And I will have the fit section for you guys also. So, timestamps below will let you know exactly what you see. They're also IPX4. For you splash resistant people, obviously you can't go to a water park and leave these in your ear, but you can go to a gym, sweat, things like that. Being light drizzles or rain, you'll be perfectly fine. Right here, it shows you how to actually put them in and how to change the rubber tips. As soon as you open up the box, you see that. If you slide this little section out right here, you have your USB-C. In addition to, you have your shows you your controls and things right here for you guys that don't want to use the application. It'll show you how to double tap, single tap, and triple tap, which we're going to go over that when I go through the actual application itself. In addition to that, like I said, here's 8 hours of playtime. Here, ID, active noise cancellation. Now, what I will say about the Here ID is that it feels as if noise cancellation kind of shifts from time to time, depending on where you are. Maybe that's just how I felt based on locations, but I did purposely have these blasting as I went down the street. Sounds wonderful. They work great. Of course, you have all your specialized modes. You have in-ear detection. You have multi-point. So for you guys that want to connect to a laptop and your phone, you can do that. For you guys that love active noise cancellation, it's there too. This thing is jam-packed with features, and I love it. Now, I haven't seen anything that said wireless charging, so I'm going to assume that it doesn't have it, which is not a big deal to me at all. I can actually care less. ACAA 2.0, all of this affects your codecs. It even has different types of connectivities in the settings. We're going to go all over all those things in a moment, but I just really wanted to show you that I love these headphones. They sound really good. They look good. They feel good. Let me stop bragging. Let's go ahead and go to the next section. So guys, what I'm going to do for you right here is show you how to sync these headphones. So we're going to go ahead and slide them up. Give it a moment. It's going to put itself inside sync mode on its own, as you can see. And then what we do from here is we're just going to go ahead to the Bluetooth and sync the headset. So with that being said, here we are, Bluetooth, turn that on. And I'm doing this sync for the second time with a different device just to show you how simple it is. Now, this Samsung phone does not have the application of the Anchor on it. But again, you don't actually need it to use it, but you do need it to actually customize your headset. So we're going to go ahead and just go ahead and tap that. All right, it's going to ask me to pair. And we are paired that fast, that easy. I can't express how easy that is. It was super simple. Your headset is paired. Now, again, if you're using an Apple device and it asks you to pair, you'll just click it, you'll pair it. OnePlus devices, certain Android devices, you won't have to go through like a verification to say yes to accept, but it's all different on the Android platform that you're using. But the process that I just showed you is always going to be the same. It will never change. These don't have to be taken out of the case in order to be synced. And worst case scenario, if you have an issue, you hold on to this button while the case is slid up and it'll reset the earbuds for you. That's what this is for. And it's pretty simplistic to use. Like it's typically the same for most headsets in the world. So I just figured I'd just do that section for you guys that might be having an issue with syncing. So right here, this is the actual Anchor application. I'm using this on Android. I would double check to make sure it's on Apple. I believe it is. But for right now, talking to your Android users. And these are the settings right here. So the headset actually shows the battery life on the left and of course the right. You have the case battery life, active noise cancellation. If you tap here, it gives you some features right here where it allows you to actually test the ANC by placing the earbuds in your ear and fitting them properly. We have normal, transparency mode, and wind noise reduction. Wind noise reduction is actually really good, especially if you're outside. I actually use it when I'm on my scooter. Even though active noise cancellation is on all that time, the wind reduction still works very well, so you don't hear that pressure of the wind shooting on your ears. And the headset kind of does a good job. It's not perfect, but does a good job of negating that noise, so it's easier to hear your music or be on a phone call. In addition to that, you have different sound modes. You combine audio quality. That's what I normally do. Preferred audio might sound a little better, but then you're going to have instability in certain environments. So what I always say is, just play around with the configurations. Most people, in my opinion, are going to use the headset as is, and that's fine too. In addition to that, you have the controls. You have the single tap controls, which I have off currently. You have the double tap controls. You can actually change what you want them to be. That's why I'm not going to tell you what the taps are, because it's not really specified. You can change it yourself and basically customize each one that you want. Let me turn single tap on and then make that volume up, volume down. In addition to that, you have settings. So this allows you to do the wearing detection. Now, for you guys that are wondering what that is, that's a feature that most high-end headphones have. AirPods, Galaxy Buds, Pixel Buds, whatever you name it, where you put them inside your ear, it connects. When you take it out of your ear, it'll disconnect. That's in-ear detection. So you do have that with this headset. Remember, this is normally $169, but it's on sale for $99. So I'm just going to kind of say that throughout the video so you guys never forget. In addition to that, you have the auto power off. I actually turn that off. Now, if you leave the headphones in your ear for a prolonged amount of time, it can power off on its own to conserve the battery. Now, these do have a standby mode like most headphones, but this is a safer way to actually stop your headset from dying. In addition to that, if you put it down somewhere, it won't just stay on and connected forever, where you have to turn off your Bluetooth. Instead, it'll power off on its own. So there's a plus size. You also have dual connection. So if you decide to connect this to, let's say, a PC and a phone, and you decide to switch between the two, you do have the option to do that, where it'll be connected to the PC, and you'll receive a phone call and it'll pop up on your phone. Now, personally, I don't use dual connection because I have multiple headsets for each and every electronic that I have. But for guys out there that this is a multi-point, it's a big thing, it's here for you and you'll be good to go. Of course, you'll have the fit test, which it shows you how to actually put the headset in and tells you to twist it. It's very good. It's a very good application, if you're being honest here. And I really suggest it for anyone that likes this type of signature sound. In addition to that, you also have sound effects where you can actually customize it. You can have it professional. You can have it Hear ID, which is what I normally use anyway. And I like it. I'm sorry, not Hear ID. I normally use 3D sound, or I do custom on my own. Or a lot of times the default sound for Anchor sounds pretty good. And I think that most people leave it alone because not everybody is a equalizer enthusiast, but the option is there if you choose to use it. So with that being said, that's pretty much ends this part of the video. So here comes the part that actually matters to you music lovers. I'm going to play a couple songs in my ear. Let's go ahead and pop them in. And like I said, you'll hear a little noise when you put them in your ears because it'll be like doo-doo-doo. It'll let you know that it's connected because these have in-ear detection like I talked about earlier. So let's see what I can play for you. Da, 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 da. Let me see. Rich. Love this bass. It sounds really, really good. I forgot you can't hear you can't hear the music. Let me just go ahead and bop my head. Love it. Sounds beautiful. Okay. So let me go ahead and tell you exactly how to sound. Because like I said, I've been using these, but I just wanted to just do this formally for the video purposes. What I noticed about this headset is the first time I played them, music in them, because I have different Anchors all the time. I have the Liberty Air 2 Pros that I use every single day, even though I have multiple headsets, but it's one of my favorites. And, you know, when I got this one right here, what ended up happening was as soon as I popped in my ear, I played some rap music. And I don't know if you guys experience this thing called 360 audio, like when you turn your head, it feels like it's all around you, surround sound. That's how this feels. Now, when you turn your head, the music is obviously in the same spot. It's not going to bounce from left and right. But what I mean is it feels very immersive, the music choice, the music options. And the bass is really, really rich with the signature sound. And again, you can change the equalizer if you have the application, which is free. And the sound was just very, very rich. It was the quality of the bass, the meshes of instruments playing together. It felt like, how do I explain it? I don't know if you guys ever been in a deprivation tank where it's like an out of body experience when you're closed in, but it felt like it was the music, like you were immersed in the music, like a concert. It felt like it was a real concert. Just the feeling of the music wasn't too close in your ears. Meaning, when I say that, what it means, like it felt like it was kind of drowned out, like a. I'm not doing a good job of explaining this, but I'm not going to record it because I'm trying to be as real as possible. Basically, it sounds beautiful, like an orchestra. Like certain songs that you play that may have drums, might have bass, might have pianos, different things. It meshes so well where it feels like it changes the song or is closer to what the artist actually intended. Because what I noticed with a lot of headphones, let me put this back up. What I noticed with a lot of headphones in the music game is that they're just loud or they just have bass, but they tend not to have the tone. They tend not to have the, if you're playing violins, if you're playing hard rock, guitars, different things, the little subtle things going on in the background that you normally wouldn't hear with other headphones, even if they're higher end. This like perfectly balances it and it sounds so good. Like to me, the Sonys have some of the best headphones out there, right? And this right here, to me, has better sound than those for a much cheaper price. And I'm talking about the XM4s. I had them, ended up giving to a family member, and I ended up selling that phone. I thought the information was backed up, so I never posted it on my channel, so that sucks. But it is what it is. That's perfectly fine. I like these better. They feel better. They're cheaper. But oh, the sound's beautiful, man. I can't express enough where I use these to actually use FL Studio to make music for myself, and it felt like I was wearing over-the-head studio headphones. Meaning, obviously, they don't replace studio headphones, but they do a very good job of still getting the sound that you want to create, or the sound that you just want to listen to. And I was talking about it as a creator standpoint, or even as a listener standpoint. You listen to 50 Cent, you listen to AC/DC, you listen to, I'm about to say Evanescence, you listen to Linkin Park, you listen to whatever you, Katy Perry, don't matter. These headphones are immersive. They feel good, they sound good. The sound coming out of them, it's just, oh my gosh, it just meshes so well. And what I will say is that if you're a Galaxy Bud 2 user, if you're a Galaxy Bud Pro user, if you're an AirPod user, if you're an AirPod Pro user, none of those headphones, if you was use these, you would say, oh, they just outclass it in terms of music. Call quality is a different story, but music, no. Anchor to me is in a class of their own. I'm not saying they're better than AirPod Pros. I'm not saying that. So before someone criticizes this video, I am not saying that, but they are a close second to all of those headphones. Now, I will say that in terms of loudness and speaker loudness, because I didn't turn it all the way up for the video's sake, but I do listen to it fully blasted. It doesn't get as loud as I want it to be. Like traditionally, you know, they made headphones which had like no safety features whatsoever. That's what I prefer. But because of the active noise cancellation and just drowning out the sound around me, it does such a good job that I don't worry about that. I just keep it, like I said, 60-70%. The only time I did 100 was for the test, and I don't leave it at 100 because the bass is so booming, and the instruments and the type of music that I listen to, I'm basically going to go deaf if I do that. So that's not possible. But anyway, if you have any questions, like always, that's the music section. So let's go ahead and hop on to the next one. Like I said, I love the way it sounds. These are awesome headphones, and you cannot go wrong in terms of sound quality for these. You're not going to find anything for $99, I promise you, on sale. That's going to even remotely be as close to sounding as good as this right now. So right here is the section for the audio quality. And what I'll say is that I think it's very, very good, especially for the type of headphones that we have. The price, these are great. Now, I am purposely moving back and forth so you can hear any rustling that this headset picks up on purpose, so you can hear how good the microphones are and how subtle they are. Because it does pick up a lot of noise around you. Now, I'm not going to say it picks up a lot of background noise, but I will say that, you know, if you're moving papers around, you're sitting down, you're having conversations, you are going to hear other things around you. At least the person on the other end is going to hear. But the quality of the person's voice talking is similar to how it's going to sound right now, and I love it. They do a very good job of making the speakers sound good, loud, and clear during phone calls, and the volume is just, it's perfect. And I'm not going to say it's perfect, but it's up there. And I would say between Galaxy Buds, AirPods, these are like the third best in terms of audio quality that I come across in a long time. And most headphones focus on more so music than the actual audio experience when it comes to phone calls. And me, I want a jack of all trades, and I found it in the Anker Liberty Air 3 Pros. So right here, I'm outside right now. I did that on purpose for you guys so we can actually, I'm in a busy part of Market Street, you know, just downtown. So I figured this would be ideal for cars to go past, beeping and different things going on, so you can actually hear how much noise it picks up. Now the wind is currently blowing, and I have it on a section with the wind reduction. So now you know what I mean when I say that normally you would hear wind crashing against the headset and whooshing, and it would actually kind of envelop my voice and transform it. But instead, it's still pretty solid, and it's very, very clear. I like it. Let me get back indoors because it is freezing cold out here. But for audio's sake, here we are. Now for the tests right here, we're going to go ahead and do the fit test. So let me just go ahead and show you how it looks. I'm just making sure that I have this angled properly. Now if we go ahead and pop them in, like I showed you before, this is how the headset looks. Put it in the camera view. Here we go. It fits right in with no issue. You just twist it in. So if you see right here, this is how it looks. Now it looks a little bulky on the outside because it is bulky, but it doesn't change the fact that these things are super, super comfortable. And depending on which wingtip you use, you'll feel even less pressure with it inside your ear. Let me give you an example. Because I changed these tips the way that I did right here, with these tips, I feel more pressure from the ANC inside of my ears versus when I used the original ones that it came with, because it kept it in place and I didn't have to push it in as deep. I felt no pressure whatsoever, and it was really surprising because normally I don't like wingtips on my earphones, but like I said, for video purposes and the fact that the wingtips originally on the right hand side, it wasn't connecting inside the case with the connectors, so I had to switch the tip out. I did have an issue with that, but it's not the case itself. It's just the rubber moving around, and there's nothing I can really do about that. And that's not a deal breaker for me, especially for the quality that I'm getting and the price that I'm getting. The call quality sounds great. I think I already, I'll leave that part alone. The call quality section. I was about to talk about it a little bit more, but I kind of forgot that I recorded. I'm really excited about these headphones, if you can't tell. So these are one of my favorites, and this is definitely going to be my everyday headset. But like I said, if you're working a job like a factory, these will stay inside your ears. They have the IPX4. If you have longer hair, no one's going to be able to see it, but these are noticeable. And what I will say is that I do feel like they're as comfortable, if not more comfortable, than the Galaxy Buds 2s, which are known for comfort. The difference is that these are easier to take in and out of ears because you could just grab this piece right here and pull it right out. And if you want it right back in, you put it in like this and just twist in, snug fit, good to go. Very simple. Love how the way they feel. Let's keep them going. So let me just go ahead and be honest. I love these headphones. To be honest, when it comes to the type of headphones that I normally hold on to, they're always Anker. Love the brand, love what they do with their headphones. They're amazing. I love Galaxies, I love AirPods too, but I do headphone reviews. I sell those for a high resale value because people know what they are. But Ankers kind of resell for low because most people aren't onto this brand as of yet. I mean, it's very, very popular. Don't get me wrong. You can find them in Best Buy and many different places. In addition, they're also $99 on Amazon, this exact pair. So, jump on that. But what I will say is that if we're talking about audio quality, it's up there with it. Sony's is up there with the AirPods. It's up there with the Galaxy Buds. Now, some people don't like Galaxy Buds and say that they're just average, which I admit they do everything correctly, but it's nothing over the top. This has better bass than Galaxy Buds. These have louder sound. To me, they have crisper and clearer sound, and I would never go back to a Galaxy Bud just because. I don't have fan loyalty to companies. I use what's good, and that's it. And I love these headphones. So when it came to the Galaxy Bud 2s, which I used a lot, and I switched between the Liberty Air 2 Pros, I'm going to put the Galaxies completely to the side and just have them hook up to like a tablet or something. I'm not going to use them anymore. These have replaced them officially. Longer battery life, better battery life, more charge inside the case. This is a very good headset. I would suggest this to anyone. And outside of the actual fit itself, which may or may not work for certain people, I don't have any gripes about it. You have your in-ear detection, you have your multi-point, you have all the features that you like. Now, the only downside is that, like I said before, when I used the case, occasionally the right earbud, because the rubber would move on the earbud itself, which I have to fit it and it grooves properly when you change rubber tips. Again, the rubber tips are right here for you guys that skipped. These right here. It did get in the way of the contacts a little bit, and I wasn't able to charge the headset properly. But the moment I switched it, I didn't have that problem anymore. Listen, I was ready to take them back, cursing in the kitchen when I first got them. Like, I love these headphones. Why I gotta take them back? But it turned out that once I changed the rubber tip, I didn't have that issue anymore, so I'm good to go. So yes, a major go. Absolutely. Get these for $100 is a steal. If you get them for even cheaper, even better. But remember, they're brand new if you get them for $100. Best Buy, Amazon. If you can't wait, Best Buy has them in stores. I can't tell you which one, but you have to look at your location and figure out which one has what by calling them or using the application. So with that being said, hopefully you guys like the review. Like always, like and subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know. I know I didn't cover every single aspect like I normally do and get deeper, but I just wanted to get this review out there in addition to talk about the sound. Like I didn't even know how to describe the sound. That's how good they was. Like, I have not had a pair of headphones in a long time that made me tongue-tied about being able to describe how good it sounds. Like I'll say it sounds like a concert hall. 1 minute it sounds like this, the next minute. It's because depending on which song you're listening to, it immerses you in what you hear, and it's just so awesome. And I haven't come across any other headsets that are in the American market that can do that. But anyway, like I said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Like always, take care.